Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Christmas in July broadcast. Sorry for the zooming in and out. This is phase one, episode one of my Christmas in July. There will be a total of, I don't even know how many, but it's a total of 18 projects. So if that tells you anything, and we're going to do 4 of them right now. So we are using for this class, and I'm not giving measurements because that was a special thing for those that ordered. So they have their kits. I will give measurements and stuff to a few of the 3D projects and stuff that are not the cards and whatnot. But we are using the Greetings of the Season online exclusive stamp set and dies, the Spotlight in Nature dies, the wonderful Layering Leaves stamp set for part of this, as well as the Bowl Punch that coordinates with the Layering Leaves. And of course, coordinating colors, we are using Pecan Pie, Old Olive, and I believe that is it for this day's session. So we're going to do 4 projects. And I'm also using the Pecan Pie and clear ribboned adhesive backed dots. And if you look closely, you can see inside of those, there is a ribbon kind of marking inside of those. Hopefully you can see those. And it's almost with a silver kind of accent. So I thought these would be great to pair with this suite because of the designer series paper. So we are going to get started with the first card, and everything is already cut and dyed for those that participated in this class. So let's go ahead and get started. I believe this color that I used, however, is not Pecan Pie. It is Early Espresso. So you're going to want to have that handy as well. So let's go ahead and grab a block. And I'm going to grab my stamps. And this is, I don't think I stamped that yet. I didn't. So this is one of the banners from the die set, which all my dies are actually in a magnetic dish at the moment. But we are going to grab Merry Christmas, if I can find those words, and put it on our block. Let's see. Merry Christmas. These two. That would make sense, right? Because they're used. All right. My name is Mary Jo Snyder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States in upstate New York in the Finger Lakes region. And you are catching me with a pre-recorded video because that's what I could come to you with for this actual first day of this Christmas in July. So with that, we are going to line these stamps up. I'm going to practice on a sheet of paper, which happens to be right next to me. It's on a notepad, but that's okay. I want to make sure it's lined up, so I'm going to pull out my Early Espresso. And that is the color I'm using for these stamps. I want to see if it's lined up. Looks fantastic. And we are good to go there. So I am going to grab my banner, which is die cut from those awesome Greetings of the Season. Awesome, dies that coordinate with this suite. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp that. Pretty good. Go ahead and put away my ink so I'm not getting it all over, and set that aside. And now we can go ahead and put this card together. I have used the Fern embossing folder for this layer. And of course, this is that beautiful paper. And I can't tell you the name of it without looking online. And of course, vanilla, a piece of beautiful ribbon. And this ribbon is called Satin Ribbon, and it is a very vanilla satin ribbon, and it is 3/4 of an inch wide. And of course, I have a Mossy Meadow base. And really, this is all we're going to do. Really super simple for this first card. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the inside of the card. Those of you that purchased this class, thank you so much. This was my Christmas in July retreat in a box per se. And you got a pack of ribbon that is not this ribbon. It's another ribbon that you can utilize for some of your projects. This is going to go flush to the side of this. So let's go ahead and add that. And I want to make sure it's even. So it's about, leaves about 1/4 of an inch top bottom of your card base. And then this gets wrapped around your striped paper. Kind of hard to cover that up. But since I'm using vanilla and the back side of that is white, we are going to go ahead and use the reverse side. And if there's a lot of excess, you can come in with your scissors, your paper snips, and go ahead and cut that off. And this is going to get some dimensionals since that ribbon is underneath. So we'll go ahead and grab our dimensionals on my scissors here. Waste not, right? We use every ounce of our dimensionals because that's just the way to go. Okay, so we'll just grab some dimensionals, add those to our back side of this, and I think one more right there. Go ahead, peel those backings off. And this is going to line up in the center of that layer, like so. Now we have our banner piece, which exceeds, no, that's exactly, I don't have to trim any of that. So that's going to be perfect. I am going to add adhesive to the back side of this. I want to incorporate these punched. These are from the vellum that is gold. I already forgot the name of it. It is gold mercury vellum. And that is part of the suite as well. That goes there. And then I'll add one dimensional to the end of this because it wants to be I want it to be the same height of that. So I'm just going to trim a piece of this dimensional a little bit more. Add it right here. I've got that adhesive on the back side. That's going to go flush to the side of this. My hands work right. And there you go. We're going to add some of those awesome gems in the color of pecan pie. Let me grab my take your pick tool. And of course, everyone got a free pack of these. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to use 3 of them. And there's 2. And then the other is a smaller one. And that's going to go right over here. And there's your first card. Super awesome. Okay. The next card we are going to do is this one here. And it is another super simple layout that is easily replicatable. I just have to find where the opening of my packet is. And here we go. This is on a piece of basic white. The basic white piece opens like this. Okay, you have 3 pieces of that designer series paper, which is the reverse side of the gold part. And we've got the beautiful I already forgot the name. I'm really bad with these names lately. Something in nature. Spotlight in Nature dies, as well as a circle punch. Your 1 and, is it 3/4 inch? 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Okay, so we're going to stamp on here. And again, it's the same kind of technique. When you have your kit, there are little things left on here because it should poke out all of those gold flecks in that beautiful design. And just throw those on the floor because that's what I can do, because I can come in and vacuum. And we have this piece. And again, these 3 pieces to make this card and all of the other elements. And we're going to stamp Happy Holidays in Old Olive. And we're going to do that in 2 phases. So I'm going to grab my stamps again. And find Happy. And Since these are photopolymer, highly recommend you using your Stampin' Pierce mat underneath or some foam mat underneath. I'm going to stamp happy and grab holidays. I love how you can build different greetings to this using the stamp set. Happy holidays. And I think I did something else. Nope, that was it. So there's that. We'll close up our ink. And we can now assemble our card. So I always try to lead off with the center one. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That way I can place the other ones kind of in the area I'm hoping. And you can use your grid. So let's do it up here so you can see what I'm doing and find that center mark. And it's about 1/6 of an inch border. So you have that first one, and then you can go ahead and do the others. And if you need forgiveness in what you got going on, be sure that you are using your Tombow. And this piece, or you can use the reverse side if you want to and use the gold. I just liked the green. Of course, you can use whatever ink you have handy. And now there's this piece, and I'm just going to snip at an angle the corners in the same direction. So we have that, and we're going to run this little piece there. Oops, I got a piece of foil caught in there. I'm going to have to pick that out so it's not disrupting what I got going on. There we go. Not foil, but you know what I'm saying. That's going to go there. These are going to get adhered together like so. And this is going to get dimensionals right on the center. So we'll find our dimensionals and try not to be all thumbs with them. I'm just going to add another piece like so. Peel the backing off, and you have that right in the center of that gold mercury vellum. And then we're going to go ahead and add some of the white. Actually, these are different gems that I did not put in my own kit. No, I thought I did. Oh yeah, I did. These are the iridescent foil gems. So not only did the folks ordering this class get the free embellishments and a spool of ribbon, they also got embellishments that coordinated for some of these projects. So there is that. And that goes there. And then I got one more. And that's going to go over here. And there is card number 2. Awesome. And it opens like this. Card number 3. We are going to grab our next kit. This is another really simple layout. We've got a card base that is Mossy Meadow. We have a layer that is Old Olive. We have Very Vanilla for the inside of our card. And we have 2 pieces of this foil, as well as another piece that will line the center of that foil right here, which is the reverse side of it. And of course, more of the elements from the bow punch. More gems that are, what gems are these? I know I have instructions. Blooming Pearls. And I use the Nested Essential Dies for this one. So we are going to grab Season's Greetings. Grab another block. Best part of this is that you can go and hit rewind and catch the replay if you need to see what I'm doing. I used Old Olive. I think it pairs nicely. Obviously, it's going to bring out the Old Olive in the papers that I'm using, as well as the fact that it is a lighter shade of Mossy Meadow. So, all right, so now I need my card base. Let's set this over here. We've got that stamped. And this, we need to build on this first before we add anything to our card base. So I'm just going to move that right out of the way now. And we're going to add our adhesive to the back of, and this is directional pattern. So yeah, sort of. Oops. So I want to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. And about 1/8 of an inch border. This green reverse side, oops, it's gonna kind of overlap those two to kind of tie it all together in a sense. And then we have Very Vanilla twine that we are going to wrap around this. Twice. There's plenty of room for you to do 2 times around with the twine that you received in your kit. We're going to tie in a knot first. And you know me, with my twine, I like to tie knots first. And then I'm going to tie it in a bow. Excuse me. And there is that. So okay, and then you can trim off the excess. Just a little smidge there. And now we can come in. You can judge this any way you want. I kind of like it like that. You can crisscross it, whatever you feel. I'm going to come in and bring my card base in, and this is going to get dimensionals. So let's grab another sheet of dimensionals. I've got all these leftovers of bits and pieces. So those of you that got your kit, I did not divide your stuff up in episodes. I divided it up in dates. So this should have been July 26th recording, but I didn't obviously do it on July 26th, now did I? It's okay. Right? Absolutely. All right, so we've got that. So we're going to do 4 cards for this episode, and then we'll do another episode and do 4 more cards. But all of your Christmas in July projects will be done before the end of July. Do you know why? Because then we need to focus on other things. Okay, there's that. This opens up. There is this for the inside. Make sure there's nothing going on the inside. Nope. I know some of the cards that I created for this class, they do have fun stuff going on inside the card. Okay, there's that. Now, on the back side of our sentiment, we are going to, actually, this is just going to get dimensionals, and I'm going to leave a little bit of space so that I can tuck things underneath. So, I'm just going to add adhesive in the center, maybe. I think that might be too long. Okay. Still plenty to hold that down. I'm going to come in here and add that to the center of the card. And then I want to add, we have 2 that are in old olive and 2 that are in the gold. Now the gold kind of blends in. So what I decided to do was kind of add those in on top of the old olive ones. So in order to do this, I'm just going to add some glue dots to this. Actually, let's just grab this. And, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hold tight. Gotta scrape some of that off. That's too much. Okay. And this will get tucked in there like so. And I'll do the same for this one. Just take this. There's a lot of goop coming out of these. I think it's because it's so warm in my craft room that it just makes the adhesive a little bit more juicy. That's going to go there. Okay. I'm not going to use this adhesive for the second layer, what I'm going to do is just add, if I can find them, yes, there they are, my glue dots. And we are going to kind of take it to right there. I'm going to lift that off of there, hopefully, without ruining it. Grab it. And hopefully that's stuck to it. Yep. And I'm going to tuck this in and kind of layer it over the green, but it's kind of got its own little life going on there. I'm going to do the same with this piece. I'm going to add a glue dot to the back side. Oh, look at that. It came off on my finger. And then this one's going to get tucked in underneath this one, but kind of off center so that it will still show. So there's that. And then we used for this card the, oh, where's my piece of paper? Fern Espresso ink. I had notes for every one of them, but apparently I can't find this one. Either way, they are the, I know what they are. They are opal rounds. Nope. I'll tell you, there's 4 different colors. I'm going to tell you because I want you to know what I'm using. Okay. Blooming Pearls. Yes, these are Blooming Pearls. Okay. I think I read the wrong one. No, I didn't. Blooming Pearls. So we're going to add these right there, and a tiny one there, and another tiny one somewhere. If I can get it off of here, up here. And there is card number 3. Super cute, super simple. And card number 4 for today is using this beautiful paper again. This whole entire project that I'm working on here, the class used this paper. So I'm using the bells for this one, piece of white for the inside of the card, and there's some stamping on that, so we're going to keep that set aside. I am using these gems, all right, I need a blending brush. So I need, and those are here, right here. I need a blending brush for, you can see that I've blended and kind of made this around here. Actually, I think I just used it on that and the inside. So we're going to use some pecan pie, and we're going to use some, do the blending of that oval, which is one of the labels from the greetings of the season, as well as this one here. It's one of the longer ones, but I've cut part of it off. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and find a piece of paper that I can use for my blending. Let's see if there's any ink left on here. A little bit. I'm going to go ahead and blend, and it is pecan pie. I'm just adding that color around the edge to give it more of a vintage look. Okay. And then we want Love and Joy stamp. So we'll grab that. And this is going to get stamped in the pecan pie as well. But we want it to go more up to the top of the tag, because what we're going to do is come in with our old olive, and we want to grab the leaves from, and I love how the leaves go so nicely with this suite. These leaves right here from Rachel Tessman's $1 Million Stamp Set. The layering leaves. So I'm going to grab a block. Hopefully that's going to fit on there. Set that aside. We've got our old olive, and we are going to do 2nd generation stamping for this one. I'm not really paying attention to my screen, so hopefully you're not missing anything. And this is just going to come in and stamp lighter there. I didn't stamp light enough off. or stamp off enough in a sense here to get some of that ink, but it still looks great. Okay. And then you want to, in the bottom right hand corner for the inside of your card, you want to do the same thing. So we are going to grab this and we are going to, maybe I even did it in 3rd generation. I don't think so. I think it was 2nd generation. So get your stamp all juiced up, come in, and then add that 2nd generation right there of your old olive with the layering leaf stamps. Set your ink aside and your stamp so you're not making a mess. And you've got everything done except you need to pull out. So we've got those beautiful these here is what we're using for it in the pecan pie. So we're going to start layering our card together. So on the outside, so this is the card and how it's going to fold. This is going to go. I love the back of that. I hate to not use it. But the blessings of using your almost entire paper pack for a class allows you to get more. Huh. This goes flush to the tag, the other banner, I should say. And it's going to be centered. Now, you have that hole in each of these stamps, or these dies. Oh, it looks like my L didn't come off too good, but that's okay. We'll cover it with a sequence or something. I want to cover that. And at first I covered it with a gem, but I decided to not do that. So hopefully I can tie a knot with this little piece of ribbon. I was very limited on this ribbon until I got my recent class kit from Jennifer Cotton, and I have a full spool of it now, so I'm really excited. I'm going to trim off the frayed edges and kind of angle that, but you're going to tie a knot and angle. Although I'm very shaky, I need food. And let me just trim that a little bit more. Okay, there's that for when I add that to my card front. This is going to get dimensionals, so we're going to go ahead and grab that sheet again. And, whoops, sorry. We're going to cut some more of those, like so. Oops, that shouldn't have happened, but it did. Then a little bit more. Right there. Add this to the front of the card. About a 1/2 inch from the side of the card base. And grab a glue dot. Lay this on a glue dot, actually. Come in with your take your pick tool. You've created that knot. That's going to go right there and cover up that hole. And then we are going to add some gems, those beautiful gems. I have a really hard time when these are cut off of a thing. The 2 tiny ones go here. I should have put that oval up a little higher. And whew, it's hot out here. Sun coming through my window. And then this one. Come on. I love my nails. They just don't always work right with me. That's going to go right there. So that is the outside of our card. Now the inside we've stamped, right? I know I did. But I also want to add some of that color. I'm going to come back in with that piece of paper that's hanging out over here and add some distressed edges. so. Let you get a look at that. And it gives it a little distressed look. We're going to adhere that to the inside of our card base. Like so. And there you have the fourth card for today's presentation. So we got it done. Nigel's home and I was able to do this, so it's super awesome. There are your first 4 cards to your Christmas in July, and I'm super excited to share them with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy. I hope you found inspiration from all of this. Many Stampin' Blessings. See you again soon.